Hey guys, it's Matt from the Southwest Backpacker Channel. It's been a long time, but decided to come out here today to the San Ysidro Trials Area, just outside of San Ysidro, New Mexico. And today with me I have my buddy here, Manzano Man, from the Manzano Man YouTube channel. And we're going to do a day hike today to some really cool slot canyons that are out here in the desert. So stay tuned. There's a lot to see, and I'm going to show you guys a new area. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've been walking, I don't know, maybe about 20 minutes or so. Highway 550 is over here to our right, and there's a big giant truck pull out there. And as you're driving by it, before you get to the actual parking lot to take this hike, you can see this canyon that's kind of in front of us. And this is where we're trying to get over to the mouth of this canyon, because there's some cool petroglyphs that I remember seeing here last time I took a hike. And so we're making our way across the desert, and we're going to go check those out. And at that point, we'll be at the very beginning of the slot canyon main wash anyway. We hike up maybe another half mile, and then the actual canyon starts to groove into the rock and become a slot canyon. Alright, so as we're hiking down the trail here, we finally made it to the mouth of the main canyon. You can see the black rocks there, cliffside on the left. That is where the petroglyphs are. We just need to get down into the wash, scramble up to the other side, and kind of follow the base there. We can get pretty close to it. And we're going to go check those out. Alright, so the first set of petroglyphs that I remember are up here against the wall, kind of in the shade there. You can't see them yet. But we'll hike to the base, and I'll show you what they look like. I have kind of forgotten because it's been so long since I've been up here, but I do remember seeing some handprints up here, or feet, one of the two. Anyway, we'll get a little closer in there and I'll show you what they look like. It's a really nice, gorgeous looking canyon. Slot canyon continues on that direction. Okay, so we've made it up to the first panel here, and I'll go over the petroglyphs that we're looking at here. If you look real closely here, you can see a handprint, which is kind of cool. It looks like a right hand kind of deal. Yeah, very awesome. We'll just kind of scroll left here and take a look at what we got. It looks like some headdresses and some kind of a swirly thing happening down there on the bottom. Come over a little bit further here, and we've got a nice circle. Of course, somebody had to shoot it up with a gun, but you can make out they're not exactly well, these two here on the bottom are spirals, or at least this guy is. This one on the bottom looks like it's just circles on circles, and then the larger one also, and the one on the left. But that would be a total of 4 circles, 3 small on the left and 1 in the large. Don't know if that would represent solar system or something of the sort, but it is pretty cool. come over here, there's another one. It's getting pretty badly eroded from weathering, but again, it looks like circles within circles. Might be a foot there on the left. This canyon had native visitors as well as more modern visitors from the Spanish conquistador era. But most of what we're seeing here is the native stuff. And then to come around the corner here, I remember there was one more set. Oh, here we go. Up on the wall, and I'll try to block that glare. There's another, this one is a spiral, and some kind of figure to the left of it. Just a really bad angle, I'm sorry for the glare. And I think there was one more set here on the other side, if I was correct. And if not, then that might have been it. Oh, it's further down the way there. We'll try to get over there. But anyway, that was the first set. Pretty cool. Thought you guys might appreciate that. I know a few folks like to follow the petroglyphs and whatnot. If you guys have any information on it, feel free to write it in the comment section below. It'd be awesome to discuss it. Anyway, I'll try to get to the other set of ruins, petroglyphs, if we can get to them. If not, we'll head off to the slot canyon. Thumbs up. Alright, we're making our way up the canyon and getting to a little portion here where it's starting to freeze up. We're, I think today's the first day of February. And yeah, we're kind of in a mixture between water and ice. But that second panel of petroglyphs is up in this area here. And I believe it's probably up in there is where I remember it. So it's a little steep getting up there, but that's where the handprints are. So we're gonna go check that out and see what it looks like. Okay, so I made it up here, and I now remember, now that I've seen it, these are not petroglyphs. This is something even more special. I'll come and show you and describe what we're seeing here. So let me get in here a little closer where we can see it. There we go. This is image of a hand, of course, and it's sort of a leftover imprint where you can see an outline of what appears to be kind of paint or mud. I'll bring it around here to the other side. That was just the first one. I've got to climb over some big boulders and stuff here, but let me get around to the corner where you guys can really see this in action. Take a big lunge over. Okay, here's another one of them right in here. There's one more kind of right in here. Now what they did to make these is, at least from what I've read and seen, is they would take a mixture of clay, and sometimes the ones that were red were blood, and mix this clay and water and blood together, place it in your mouth, and then what you would do is you'd put your hand up like this, and you would spit all of that material that was in your mouth over your hand, and when you removed your hand, you would get an imprint like this. That's what we're seeing here. And you don't come across these too often, so it's really cool to be able to stand up here next to these and see them. Very awesome. Manzano Man's making his way up to come check it out. And we've only began our journey. This is just the petroglyph portion of it. We're going to continue to head up the canyon, and we're getting pretty close to where this is going to start slotting up this direction. Thumbs up. Okay, as I also mentioned earlier, not only were the natives here, but the old Spanish conquistadors, and they also left their imprint here in the same canyon. Some of these dates go way back, 1901 and 18. It was an 1896 in here somewhere, but there's a 1906. A few other dates that can't quite make out. Alright, so we're making our way up the slot canyon and found a couple pieces of pottery just kind of hanging out here in the desert. But these are great finds, really old pottery. It's just gray clay with no paint on it, but this is what the natives were using, the local clay, probably in this area and that arroyo there. We're making our way over there, and that's where the start of the slot canyon is, so we're getting really close. Pretty cool to find all of this evidence of past history walking through this canyon. Alright, we made it to the very mouth of our slot canyon here. I'll walk over here to the edge and kind of look down in this spot. It's got a bunch of muddy water built up, but there will be spots where we can jump down in there and actually hike inside of the slot canyon. But we just got to the mouth of it and we're gonna make our way in, so looking forward to seeing what this looks like. Okay, so we are slowly but steadily making our way down. It's already choked itself out to where we can't really walk in there with the pools of water and debris, but hopefully the camera will give you a little bit of a perspective of what it looks like, how deep it is, and how narrow some of these spots get. Down in the middle there, it's really hard to tell, but there is standing water that's down in there, and it's just not pass. You can't pass in there. So we're gonna stay on the outside, on the top, kind of hike above it here on the right rim as we go in. And if I recall, there's a couple of spots where we can actually drop back down again. So yeah, this is really cool. And this big giant crack in the middle of the desert forms this awesome slot canyon here. This is all kind of terrain that's been uplifted, and then the erosion from water and whatnot is carved through all of the sandstone bedrock and made these slot canyons. Alright, we've made it about a quarter of the way in to the slot canyon here, and it's really starting to wall up. It's hard to keep walking through, but Manzano Man got his drone fired up and he's having it follow him along the canyon there and getting some epic shots. Can't wait to see what that turns out, how it turns out. But I'm going to step up here and kind of point down and show you just how far down it goes. Big, giant plunge pools. We're going to see more of these as we continue up the canyon. This is sort of the first one that shut me down and prevented me from continuing any further. So again, had to climb back up onto the wall rim here and look down. See out in the distance, there's the drone, keeping up with Manzano Man, kind of doing a follow me mode thing, and really cool feature, have it kind of follow you around as you're hiking. Alright, the slot canyon is getting really deep now. Let's say these walls are approaching 40 feet, 40 to 50 feet. I'm standing on the edge, I don't want to get too much closer than that. I'll pan up the canyon here. You can see all the bowls and features where the water is carved away down through the sandstone, and it continues on back and around the corner here. Very impressive. So Manzano Man and I dipped down into the slot canyon finally. We kind of scrambled up from there down to the floor, and we're finally into the slot canyon itself, where we can actually do a little bit of walking. But yeah, we made it down to the bottom.
We made it, man. Guys, come out to San Ysidro Trails. The canyons out here are beautiful. Come and check it out.
Good recommendation from Manzano Man there. This is looking down canyon to our south. And you can see some of the pools of water down below, and we'll probably make our way over to where it walls up and see how deep that water is. But we made it to where we could actually get in here and do a little exploring around. So I think the idea in mind is to take a little water break, and did bring the drone with us. We're going to fly the drone around out here and get some aerial shots of the local area, and maybe fly it through the canyon here. Thumbs up.